Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to demonstrate to you how to create an organized and risk-managed Lightroom workflow. I will explain to you where I store my images, how I import them to Lightroom, and how I keep them organized. We'll start here in Finder. Personally, I do not like to keep folders or files on my desktop, but rather tucked away. The first place I house my schoolwork is in my documents. Sorted by semester and class, it is here that I keep things like course outlines, written documents, and exported photos from Lightroom, which have been properly named and are ready to be handed in. My Lightroom files are all kept in my Pictures folder. Here I have my school catalog and working images. These images are sorted in the same way as my documents, by semester, class, and then also into assignment. You can see here the naming convention I like to use, which is date and assignment name, followed by an identifier for the type of assignment. WRK, for example, stands for workshop. Now you might have noticed my two external devices, either here in Finder or out on my desktop. This is actually one external hard drive partitioned into two. The first, entitled Katee, is a drive used to house various files. I have everything from my previous PC, along with backups of the original camera raw files, which are placed here automatically during import into Lightroom. The other drive, entitled Time Capsule, uses Time Machine to automatically back up my entire computer, including Lightroom catalogs and working files. Now let me go down to my dock and open up Lightroom. Here in Loop View Preview, you can see a diagram of the file management scheme I just explained. Notice how the images are imported from my camera onto my computer and into Lightroom, and also directly onto the external drive. As well, the files on my computer and all the Lightroom files are backed up with Time Machine. I am now going to insert a memory card to show you more of my uploading presets. So automatically my MacBook opens iPhoto, so I'll just close that and go back into my my import in Lightroom. Now, in the preset selection menu, you can see that I have a separate preset for each class that I need to upload photos for. Let's take a look at my digital imaging preset. Some basics to note for this preset include the decision to copy as a DNG, and this is in order to make my raw files more universal and to save the hassle of sidecar files. I also have this import set to save directly to my digital imaging folder and to send a second copy to my external drive, just as I explained earlier. You'll also notice that I like to render my previews at 1:1 because I typically don't upload huge amounts of images at a time, and I don't build smart previews because the images are stored right here on my MacBook. Before pressing upload, I do like to customize a few things in the column on the right. I'll start with naming the files in the renaming panel, using the convention I spoke of earlier. So here I'll put the assignment name and the type of assignment, which will say EXM, for example, and Lightroom will number the images automatically. My metadata preset includes my copyright information, but I still need to add a few keywords within the metadata panel. So we'll say indoor, dorm, and example. Next, in the Destinations folder panel, you'll see that I have already selected Create Subfolder. I will name my subfolder just as I talked about earlier. So the shoot date, which is today, the assignment name, and EXM, for example. And we are all set to import. Back in the library module, let me briefly explain to you my flag, star, and color system. So I white flag images or pick them if I want to use them for assignments by pressing the P key. And with the X key, I flag the images that I would like to remove from my hard drive completely. As far as the stars go, I typically will 5-star a photo that I'm considering to use for a portfolio, and I'll 3-star the images that I'm considering posting to Flickr or Facebook, or just to signify that I like the photo, even if I don't have a specific use for it. And as far as colors, I use the yellow and blue ratings alternatively to represent photos in a sequence. And then I'll use the purple color for images that I'd like to print. And in my collections menu, the main collections I use is export for school, which is just used to house images that to house image shortcuts rather, that I would like to export into my documents and rename them using the appropriate naming convention for submission. I also have my Smart Collections, which include my 5-star photos in portfolio, and then the images that I want to print. So this is how I stay organized for school. My personal and professional catalogs, however, might look a little bit different. For example, my original files will be kept on a separate external hard drive, and I'll use Smart Previews to work on the images away from the office. My copyright preset might include my company name, and I would use file names according to client or shoot type. I'd also have catalogs and publishing settings that meet my professional needs for, say, a blog or a website, social media, printing, etc. So I hope you enjoyed this video and that it helped you to understand an organized and risk-managed way of setting up a successful Lightroom workflow, and that you're able to apply it according to your specific needs. Thanks for watching.